Hey guys, welcome back. Matt here. So it is officially, I guess you could say, boiler heating season. So I just got done flipping some valves in the house to let the hot water circulate through the plenum and on our furnace there. As most of you guys know who follow along, we burn year round. We did in our previous boiler. We're doing it in this boiler as well to heat our hot water and our firewood kiln at the same time. So, but now that I just flipped that, because it's starting to get into upper 30s at night, you know, mid 40s, 50s, 60s, low 60s during the day. So there's a couple times, like, you know, the heat should have probably came on and ran. It got a little cold in the house, but no big deal. It's been sunny out, but it's still pretty cold. So at least I got everything, all the valves open now. So whenever we do want the heat, it's readily available. So, but what I usually do, you know, after I load it every night or every morning, I'll reload the wheelbarrow for the next time I load. So like this is for now, and then I'll reload it after I throw this stuff in. It just got done with a burn cycle, so I'm gonna just kind of let it relax for a little bit before I crack the doors, because it's probably 182-ish, 181 degrees right now. It usually overshoots by a degree or so, which is no big deal. But yeah, we could do a little recap. We just got back from the Paul Bunyan show yesterday. Today's Monday. We got back late last night, midday I guess. Traffic was a breeze, so that was cool. Going there was a different story, but so yeah, it was me and the wife's first time going there. It was a lot of fun. Met a lot of people, saw a lot of cool equipment as far as, you know, all the big machinery stuff. Obviously I have a lot of stuff, so I already knew what to expect, but it was a good time. It was great weather. It was a little hot, you know, from time to time. A lot of sun. I got a lot of sun out of it. Got to meet a lot of you subscribers, the guys who watch the channel. You know, a lot of you guys came up to me. We got to talk, which was really an awesome thing. And I know I didn't get to see some of you that, you know, I know we're going to be there, so maybe next time. But it was really cool talking with a lot of you guys that watch the channel religiously and ask me a lot of questions about, you know, whether it's boiler stuff or firewood related or the kiln, because I know some of you guys want to build one. So I know you guys are picking my brain on that, which is fine. I may do a more in-depth video on that, but I may just not do that because I'm going to build another one, and I'll go more in-depth on what I do for that. So, you know, and how much wood it takes and so on. Like this is how much wood I probably, maybe not always put in during the summer, just because the kiln's running. It may seem like a lot of wood. It's not, but it is. This is all oak, as you could probably tell. I'm just doing that because I just opened those valves. So, and just by opening those valves and letting the water circulate in the plenum, I know I'm getting a little off tangent here, but we do get just a natural draft heat coming up into the ducts into the house. So like if you're on the first floor and you put your hands by the vents, they'll be a little warm, so we're going to get this natural heat off of that where the furnace doesn't even have to run. And to be honest, it probably won't run for maybe a week or two until we turn it on, because we'll get enough heat from that, which is nice. So, but I'd probably have to throw a little bit more than this once my shops are on. But once everything gets to temp and you don't open the doors all the time, that's probably all I'll have to throw in, and that's with the kiln running. Now, mind you, this is a very large boiler, holds a ton of water, and it's pretty efficient considering, because it gets up to temp so quick that I feel like you don't go through that much wood. Is it more than my G10000? Yes. But was it more than my G10000 towards the end before I traded it in? Probably not. It's probably about the same. It just became less efficient. And that's me cleaning that unit religiously. So very happy with this guy. It's very easy to maintain. So getting back to Paul Bunyan, I'm going all over the place. As a lot of you guys know, you know, me and Homestead Jay, we've done some boiler videos back and forth, comparing my gasser versus his conventional. You know, throwing in the same type of wood around the same moisture, those kind of videos. So I got to meet him at the show. We hung out a bunch. Great guy. I'm very happy. We met there and got together and had to spend some time with him and his dad, Homestead Jim. So great people. I'm sure he'll have a video coming up of what he all experienced and what he ended up coming home with from the show. So I'm pretty excited for him, pretty happy. But in the future, me and Jay are going to be doing some things together, and you guys will bring you guys along for that as well. So pretty happy about that. And I got to meet a bunch of the other Firewood channels, the YouTube guys. Great group of guys. I'm not going to mention them, but we all got to hang out and talk a little bit. So it was pretty cool time. I mean, I'll definitely go back next year. I did get to hang out with the Brute Force guys, obviously, at their booth and whatnot, and talk to them, and so we may have some future stuff going on as well. So, but yeah, getting back to boiler season. So yeah, it's about time we almost start heating. I probably won't turn the shops on until it gets really cold, which will probably be a couple more weeks at least. So let's crack the door and quickly chuck this wood in here, because it's probably going to get pretty smoky in here. I still have to get that fan hooked up to some ducting so a lot of the smoke goes up and out versus in here. It does do it pretty well, but like I said, I gotta get it adjusted. So now this oak, I want to say, was cut and split, I don't know, maybe 4 months ago. So obviously we all know it's not that dry, but it's been out in the sun baking, so it's dry enough to go in here. By the time it goes through the second or third burn cycle, it'll be practically bone dry. So as long as I got good coals in there, we should be fine. Because if I threw this in and I barely had any coals, it probably wouldn't burn very well, and it may go out. So I usually intermix it with some other mixed hardwood that's been sitting out for a long time, but it'll do pretty well with these small splits here. So yeah, she's gonna smoke pretty good, if that's okay. We'll try to do this quick. Now, a lot of you may think that's a lot of wood, and it is. A lot of people may say that's wasteful just to dry some wood and turn around and sell it, but it is, but it isn't. I mean, to me, it's a part of the business. It's no different than using electricity, right? I mean, the energy has to come from somewhere. So, but the fact that I can heat my kiln, heat my snow melt in my driveway, to melt the snow, my house, my shops, it's a win-win for me. So, but for those of you that want to run a kiln on it, just know you are going to go through a good amount of wood. So if you have a lot of scraps, dead trees, and you have a good source of wood, be prepared to use it, because you're going to. Now, a tote like this, full, kind of how it is, but full, we'll just say I just loaded the kiln and it's cold. I'll go through, I would have probably did 1.5 of those on day 1 and 2, because it draws a lot of heat to get up to temp, right? Just like anything else would when it's starting from scratch. So, but I have a ton of it, but usually I'll bring home, wood from our tree jobs, like garbage wood, like basswood or box elder, silver maple, stuff like that. That's I'm not going to turn around and sell to my customers as heating wood. So then I got plenty of it. Pine and spruce, I really don't want to mess with that. I know a lot of guys say it's fine, but I usually just chip all that. So, but yeah, it's officially heating season. I'm excited to finally get this big girl here, put some work at her, because right, you know, the whole summer she hasn't had any heat load on her. I mean, I still have a 3-degree differential versus, you know, a 10, which most guys run, which I'll probably end up doing 5 to 6 just because it overshoots a little bit, but we'll see. I mean, when it's dead cold, I may go down to 10 because it'll have more heat load, but for now it's still too warm. So but that's all a learning curve, you know, as far as heating and temps and all that, just like everything else is. So but yeah, officially heating season, so I'm pretty excited. But like I said, it was great to meet some of you guys at the show, and yeah, as always, keep burning.